The Muslim Brotherhood is an organization that began in the 1920s in Egypt as a religious and social organization. It has over the years metastasized to become the largest global Islamic organization in the world, with branches in dozens of countries. It has representatives in various governments and leadership in social and charitable organizations around the world. Its stated goals are to spread Islam and the word of the Quran throughout the world, with the ultimate objective being the creation of a global caliphate.
Now, did they use the word global caliphate?
Yes. Yes. No, there's no question that they are looking, and anybody who knows the Muslim Brotherhood at all, even ones where anyone who's intellectually honest, I should say, know that is one of their major goals, is to create a global caliphate, because they think that Islam, in their slogan is Islam is the Constitution, jihad is the only way, and death in the way of Muhammad is the ultimate result. So this is it's in their slogan.
Right. You would think you'd have a hard time, at least in the West, getting people to join up if that was your slogan for your country club.
Not the most attractive slogan I've ever heard in my life.
Not one that you're really interested in. It's amazing to me, Ami, on how much I was mocked for caliphate, and yet that is so clearly the stated goal of anybody who is an Islamist.
Yes, I think that's true, and it's particularly true with the Muslim Brotherhood. It's part of what it is in their DNA,
right?
To do that and to affect that goal. What they have done, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist at all, okay? But I have to say that when people say they're sending, I don't know what word you want to use, agents, representatives, use whatever adjective you want. Mm-hmm. There's no question they're doing that. I've met with these quote unquote representatives, agents who were placed in the United States and in Europe, and they were telling us our goal is to undermine, this is on camera, undermine the United States. And by the way, one of the ways they do that, I find it fascinating, is that they have created alliances with the left. This one guy I met, Mohammed Sakr, who, by the way, who's living in Southern California, openly has called, by the way, for the death of an assassination of our president, and is accused of murdering a policeman in Egypt, which is why he came to, and he ran to the United States. I don't know why he's still living here in a condo near the beach, in Manhattan Beach, which I love. But he was very clear in saying, I work very closely with the left, because if they don't agree with our goals, they certainly, you know how the left works in terms of its notion of equality, and they see Islam as kind of being an oppressed case. So they try to work with them. So he not only works with the left, he has called openly for the destruction of the United States, did so on camera with me, and said, look, if I'm killed, I die for this goal, I will die a happy man, which, I don't know, sounds pretty insidious when somebody who's Islamic says, I'm willing to die for my goal.
So is this Nidal Sakar?
Yes.
Okay, so we have a cut of this. Here's clip 2. Listen.
The way Muslim Brotherhood exists and operates is the following. They do have those general guidelines and approach and school of thought. However, each chapter deals with its own realities and challenges and very specific circumstances. Like, for example, in the US is different than, for example, the UK or France or some other places. So you operate from within, like, the environment that you're in a way that's most fit.
You work from within the system.
From within
to
the system,
rise up.
From within the system.
How successful is that approach right now?
It's very, very successful.
So now this is not a hidden camera.
No.
Why are they speaking to you?
It's amazing to me how open they are once the camera. In general, I find it odd that people become very honest when the camera's rolling. You think it'd be the opposite, but in my experience, interviewing people who are bad dudes, they tend to get very open, because I think what it comes down to is he doesn't think what he's saying is a problem. And you didn't roll the part where he's talking about the destruction of the United States and his willingness to die for that goal. But you would think that's something you would really want to hide from the public. But the truth is, he feels that this is this is a positive. So he wants to get that word out there, and very few people can find the guy and be willing to interview him. Right? You don't see him on CNN or on these other channels. But I found him, so he was able to speak to me. They're shockingly open.
So when he talks about infiltrating the government, for instance, I don't have the proof, but we have a lot of connective tissue for Ilan Omar to care, and care is is a sister organization of the Muslim Brotherhood. CARE is a front organization to help with its image and popularity and to raise funds for Hamas. That's what it was founded to do. Ilan Omar, it doesn't make sense to me that she's involved with the Muslim Brotherhood and CARE when the real face of the Muslim Brotherhood is women don't have a voice, there are no equal rights, there's certainly no gay rights, and she stands for all of these things, and no one seems to ever have a problem in CARE, et cetera, with what she says.
I mean, first of all, when you talk about, and we're going to have a whole different tangent, which I'd rather not. I want to stick to your question. But when you talk about the how antithetical you would think the values of radical Islam are to the left, you still have this alliance to the left, even though you would think that why would the left want to work with groups of people who are against all those issues?
Right, but flip it the other way. Why would the Muslim Brotherhood want to work with the left if they didn't think in the end they're going to win and we'll just take care of those people later?
Well, that's the answer. They're useful idiots.
Right,
I know it's a term you like to use, and it's true.
Right.
They're useful idiots for these people.